Welcome to the all-important Christmas week ski and snow report for Chamonix. I expect many of you will be heading out here in the next few days, hoping to find a beautiful Christmas winter wonderland. So stay tuned to the end to find out for what the chances of a white Christmas are this year. But for now, very brief update on what the season's been like so far. So the season kicked off to a flyer at the opening week at the start of December with several feet of fresh snow up in the mountain and over a foot of lying snow down in Chamonix. So even though there's very little lifts open, the first week was very Christmassy, very festive, and it was absolutely brilliant. Then, unfortunately, we had pretty much 6 days of non-stop incessant rain, which certainly put a damper on everything, but most of the snow did survive, and especially up at the mountain. In fact, we actually gained more snow than we lost. So yeah, despite the fact it was very damp, very miserable for about a week, all was not lost. And then from one extreme to the other, we flipped straight from torrential rain to 6 days of warm, sunny, high pressure, which brings us into the start of this week. So for anyone who was stuck down at the bottom of the valley in the Les Ouches, Le Boston area, you may have been wondering what on earth I was on about until it was a warm high pressure. But it was a warm high pressure if you went up the mountain, but back down at the bottom of the valley, if you're stuck in the inversion, temperature didn't get above freezing for most of that time, and it all looked very Christmassy and very festive, all the trees looking white, but instead of snow it was frost you were looking at. But again, it's all changed now with the latest weather fronts have come in and stirred the atmosphere up, so that inversion's gone now. But for those who were lucky enough to get out at the start of the week, conditions were absolutely amazing, especially up high. Beautiful weather, and lots of snow from the rain from the week before. It was class. Then, as I said, it was warm high pressure, strong alpine sun. The snow did deteriorate rapidly and transformed into quite slushy, sticky, heavy spring snow basically. It's not really what you expect to be hearing in December, but there we are. Pistes were rather variable, slushy, icy. Some north-facing pistes were pretty good, others not down south or west-facing pistes not so good. So this week I've done a bit of border hopping. So earlier in the week I went over to Verbier, which is in Switzerland, the Cat Valley, not to be confused with the Trois Valley, which is further south in France. And then also went under the tunnel to Cormier. Now the tunnel's open, it's just a quick hop and a jump underneath Mont Blanc to get into Italy. So yeah, crossed two borders this week to experience what the snow's like in the other areas. So Verbier is amazing, it's huge, there's tons of skiing to be had there, and it's got some pretty high, it goes up to about 3,300 metres, and as well as going down to about 1,500 metres as well, so it's got a big altitude range and basically covers every aspect. So it's an amazing ski area to go to, both in terms of just skiing piste and the freeride potential. Of course the freeride Watil's there later in the season as well. The pistes which were open, which is virtually everywhere, were very well prepared, but of course icy first thing in the morning, some of them getting slushy later in the afternoon, but still, it's definitely worth the trip over there. And then Cormier is great, it's just got really wide, immaculately groomed pistes, and also some really good off-piste as well, and brilliant tree skiing when the snow's good. As I say, it's just a quick hop underneath the tunnel from Chamonix. So if you are heading out here and wondering which pass to get, I'd highly recommend buying the unlimited pass and giving yourself a day or two in Cormier as well, because the pistes are generally a lot quieter, the snow is often better, the weather's almost always better because most of the weather comes from the northwest here. So often in Chamonix it's cloudy, damp, grey, snowy. Just go into the tunnel into Cormier, beautiful sunshine, or at the very least if it's stormy over here, it's less stormy over there. So yeah, definitely worth spending the extra tenner or so a day to get the unlimited pass, which gives you the option to get across to Cormier. So there is a public bus which goes under the tunnel. Of course that's the cheapest way to get there and back, or various transfer companies will shuttle you there and back as well. Especially if there's a group of 8 of you, it's possibly worth doing that instead. I'd highly recommend going to Cormier, if nothing else, than the fact that you can get brilliant pizza for 10 or 12 euros, which you couldn't even get that in the town centre in Chamonix, let alone up on the mountain. So yeah, Cormier in its own right is bigger than any of the individual ski areas in Chamonix. Collectively it's smaller, but of course you're not going to ski more than one area a day in Chamonix unless you're really determined. So in terms of just a single day's worth of skiing, you've got so much more variety and so much more to choose from in Cormier. So as you can no doubt tell, the weather has deteriorated yet again. So this is Friday evening as of the recording, and last night it started kind of raining and snowing, and then it's been raining and snowing all through to the day today. Snow line's been hovering around about 1,200 and 1,500 metres, so occasionally it gets a bit sleety down the valley, but it's generally speaking been rain in the valley. More rain. Snow up high. I went up Flagey earlier today. There's maybe about 10 to 15 centimetres of snow at the top of the Flagey gondola, so where most of the lifts start, and then there's more like 20 to 30 centimetres up top apparently, although as a higher lifts were closed today I can't actually verify that myself. Again, similar in the other ski resorts as well, but most of the top runs have been closed, so when the weather finally clears, that means there'll be much more fresh snow to go out for those who are coming out tomorrow and on Sunday. So, the piece you know about all been waiting for, the all-important question, will it be a white Christmas this year? Well, I can inform you, sadly not. Well, it'll still be white, as you can see, plenty of snow lying on the valley floor still from the snow we had earlier in the winter, but after this latest spell of rain and snow clears through tomorrow, it's back into high pressure again, and we're well and truly on the warm side of the high pressure as well, so it's going to be lovely, warm and sunny, but not particularly festive, unfortunately. The trees up at mid-mountain are all white and Christmassy now, but again, a day or so of sun and that will have gone. So for those of you who are coming out for Christmas, plenty of snow to play in, plenty of snow to ski on, but not a proper white Christmas. Nothing falling from the sky. Trees won't look particularly frosty or festive, but it is what it is, unfortunately. So we're basically stuck on the warm side of the jet stream, and it doesn't look like it's going to be shifting anytime soon. So as you can see from this map, orange is warm, and this time of the year, warm is bad. So, yep, no meaningful snow in the forecast for the next 7-8 days at least, unless anything drastically changes. But at the very least, weather will be lovely for those of you who are coming out for Christmas holiday. You'll be able to have all the stunning views that are on offer in Chamonix. Just won't be much in the way of fresh snow, unfortunately. So, as of tomorrow, Saturday the 23rd of December, in theory it's full opening. Everywhere that can open will open from tomorrow. And of course, caveat being, where there's enough snow. So pretty much anywhere above 1800 metres, there's loads of snow. Everything up in the upper mountain, the mid-mountain will open. Lower runs, and indeed most of Les Houches, it's a bit ropey. They will still be opening Les Houches to around about, well, to Maison Neve level. You can't ski down to the bottom of the valley there. Indeed, you can't really ski down to the bottom of the valley anywhere. Even in the Tour, it's going to be difficult, probably not open. But yeah, certainly up high, most runs will be open, weather permitting. Down low, some are pickings to go at, but that's not a problem because most of the runs in Chamonix start at around 1800 metres anyway. In terms of the other Evasion Mont Blanc areas, again, Saint-Gervais is much like Les Houches. A lot of it is quite low, so going to be limited opening there, especially low down. Same for Megève, same for Combloux. Le Contamine, a bit higher up, probably got a bit more option there. But yeah, pretty much the same applies everywhere. Go high if you want to have the best snow. So yeah. So I'm just going to include a little bit on what resources are available online in terms of how to find out what lifts are running, when and where in the Chamonix area. So 2 main websites for you to look at, or indeed you can probably find these on the app as well. The first being montblancnaturalresort.com, which is, so that's basically the official website of the companies Mont Blanc who run all the ski lifts in the Chamonix area. So that gives you, in theory, live updates of which lifts are open, what the snow conditions are like, which runs are going to be open, etc, etc. Now, with all of these things, often live is taken with a pinch of salt. There's often a bit of a delay, and indeed sometimes they'll be just a day or so out of date, or they won't even update them at all, but it is what it is. The second one is chamonix.com, which is, I believe it's the official website of the Mairie of Chamonix, or at least it's run by the Mairie of Chamonix, so that includes all sorts of information that would be useful for you on your holiday. But again, it includes all the snow and ski report information, so you've got the webcams, you've got which lifts are open, which ones are open, again, in theory, in real time, but again, also likely some of them will be out of date. There's also a chamonix.net, which gives you much of the same information as well, although I believe it's slightly less official, but again, it has all the same links, all the same information. So that's also worth checking out too. So that's just about it for my Christmas ski and snow forecast. If you are coming out here this week, or any of the following weeks really, I hope you have a brilliant time. I'm back at work doing a day job now, so I may even see some of you at the airport, or if not, then I maybe see you on the slopes. If you do see me, feel free to say hi. Yeah, hope you have a great time skiing, and hope you have a great Christmas. And I'll leave you in the words of the great Noddy Holder. It's Christmas!
Hanging up your stocking on your wall. It's a time when every Santa has a ball. Doesn't matter when there's reindeer, there's a time up on its sleigh. To the fairies keeping time before a day. So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Look to the future now, it's only just been